Hello everyone, it's Krisha again, and I've been receiving a lot of queries about DU admission process, and the DU admission process is almost about to begin. Most of you guys are done with your CUET. I hope it was well for you, and so this video is more of a simplified version of the DU admission process, a quick breakdown of what will happen during the admission process for Delhi University. An explanatory video explaining everything in detail can be another video, because until and unless the CSAS portal actually opens, you won't really understand which option to click and which to not click. So I won't be telling all of that right now, because once the portal opens we can discuss another way of, we can make another video on that. So we'll do that, but for now this is a simplified version to get you acquainted with how the admission process works and what all goes behind the scenes for Delhi University, how you have to apply and all of that. So that is what we'll be getting into today. So let's get into it. Alright, so the DU admission process happens in 3 phases, as you might know by now, and if you don't, we have phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. So the common seat allocation system, which is the CSAS portal, opens up. As we know, so far it will open, the first phase will open from 6th of June to 15th June. Make sure you check all the official notices from DU and whatever information they're putting out for the dates regarding the CSAS portal and how the phases are going to be working. So make sure you check them out. But as far as we are concerned right now, from 6th June to 15th June, the first phase of CSAS portal will open. So keep an eye. So now, during the first phase, what you have to do during the CSS phase 1 is the fact that you have to put in all the required information. So the first phase is not really complicated. A lot of information is needed, your basic details and all of that. All the important documents are needed. As to what important documents are needed, once the portal opens, we can discuss, or I can give a list of all the important documents that are needed, because it might change. I'm not sure if it changes or it does not, but until and unless the portal actually goes live, let's see. So 2 things you need. First is basic information, your name, parents name and all that, address and all of that. It's a long form kind of format mein. And the second is you need a lot of important documents for verification, so it will be a lot of uploading of documents. So one thing that I will tell you right now is, back when I was uploading my documents, what happens is, for example, they ask for a passport size photo or any photo of that kind. The size and all of that, sometimes they have written that the maximum size can only be this. So sometimes the photo or the signature ka picture, they don't get submitted because the size is different from what they have stated. So just go on any Google Pay ya kahin pe bhi, just search compress in PDF, or just type compress image or compress the PDF or something like this, to compress the size of your photo and your PDF and whatever. And until and unless you reach the desired size, keep compressing it so that you can submit it. Many of times what happens is that it shows submitted, so people usually just submit and they're done with it. But sometimes when you open it again, वो दिखाता है कि it has not been submitted due to incorrect size. So make sure you check properly. Correction window will also open, so make sure if there are any corrections needed, you go through with it. And make sure you check everything thoroughly, because document verification is a very important part of this process, and it's the first step. So make sure you don't falter anywhere, because if you falter right now, your entire process or your entire admission can get cancelled. So make sure you don't do that. So that is the first step. So moving on to the second portal, as I was saying, second phase. What happens in the second phase is the preference list. For example, if you want English honors and you want to do it in LSR, that's your first preference. So on top you will put LSR and then English. You have to choose. I mean, there's a whole bunch of dragging and a lot of this. There's a search bar and you have to search the name of the college in Delhi University or any other university for that matter, and then you have to drag it and then you have to put it there. There's a column or something. So you have to do that for courses as well as your, how to say, colleges. So what I did was, I had LSR, Miranda, Stephens and Hindu for all the courses. So I did that. You can add a lot of preferences, so make sure your preference list is very intact, because how the preference list works is, for example, in the first allocation round, if you don't end up getting, for example, you end up getting your third preference. preference. If you get your third preference in the first allocation round, you always have an option of updating. So you can always choose, for example, you got some college A, and you wanted college B. So if you update, most probably the chances are that in the second round you will get college B. So do that. Make sure your preference list is foolproof. It will happen in a descending order. So many of my friends filled in so many preferences. There were people who filled in just 5-10 preferences, but there were also people who filled in 30-35 preferences. So it totally depends on you what you want to do. So make sure you do that, and make sure keep your score in mind, and then understand that what has been the cutoff for different colleges, and then fill your preference list. Because on the basis of your score, of course, you're going to get into the college, so make sure you do that. So for the preference list, keep in mind which college you want, which course you want, and then in a descending order fill it, while also keeping in mind how it relates to your CUET score. So make sure you do that. And yeah, that is the second phase for preference filling. Alright, now we move on to the last phase of CSAS portal ka. So this is the last and final phase for the admission process, which is the allocation round. So how the allocation round works is there are a lot of rounds for allocation. Based on your score and the cutoff of that round, you are allocated a seat in different universities, and based on your preference list. So for example, in the first allocation list, you get your fourth or fifth preference. What you can do is, if you are satisfied with that, you can always freeze your admission and then pay the fees. But if you still think that there are chances of you getting a better college than what you have been allotted in the first phase, you always have an option to update. Now for updating, there are chances that in the second or third allocation round you will get a better college, and if that does not happen, you can always stick to your previous choice and fill in, and give your fees and all of that. So that is how it works. So basically, in the allocation round, you are allocated a university and the course, and there are a lot of rounds: first round, second round, third round. And if you're not allocated a seat in a university for all these 3 rounds, you have mop-up rounds and spot rounds as well. So make sure you keep an eye for what rounds are going on. And yes, that is your entire guide, or a simplified version of what will happen during this DU admission season. So make sure you are tension free. It will be a very new thing, and it will be also difficult to understand until and unless the portal actually opens. So when it opens, make sure you read all the instructions carefully, and let me know if you want me to make another video which is more detailed about what documents and everything is needed. So make sure you do that. This is a simplified version, so I hope you understood. And yes, that is it for today's video. And also, since CUET will end by 3rd June, so most of you guys are done with your CUET. So if you guys have any doubts regarding anything about the admission process or anything, let me know in the comments, and let me know what kind of videos you want to see next. Now that CUET is already over, just one bit of information that my NSEM exams are starting from June, and they'll be ending in June. So let me know. You won't get a lot of LSR content during this time, because of course I have my exams, so I won't be going to college that much. Only for my exams prep leave, I will be staying at in my room. So no videos for now in LSR with LSR background. But yes, that is all I wanted you to know. So let me know the kind of videos you want to see next, and have a great day, and subscribe, like, comment, the drill, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.